All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. You'll see this video on Monday, even though I'm doing it on Sunday, because I did take the day off today, and I did tell you guys that on 365, my personal page, and on Twitter. So if you don't see any videos today or Sunday and say where 365 is, you need to check the pages, because I did post on there that I'll see you guys Monday. Okay, unless there's breaking news. Okay, and so if there was breaking news, then you probably saw a video on the main channel. If there isn't any breaking news, then you're seeing this video, okay? And this is probably the first video of the day on Monday. So Sauter comes out on the latest news and talks about how all options are available, you know, and then you got to figure out. You got to think to yourself. He says citizens have all options on the table, including a coup. You got to think to yourself and say, why is Sauter even saying this? Why is Sauter even saying this publicly? What's going on? What is his motive of saying something like that? That the citizens have all options open and even possibilities of coup. Why even say that? Why keep saying things and not doing things? You see what I'm saying? So some of you guys are probably like, yeah, why is Sauter saying all this? Why not just do what you have to do? You know, now the body's trying to and the government trying to amend some of the Constitution because of the quota system and some of the things that are in the Constitution that are not fair. Look, it's funny that you can point out the things in the Constitution that are not fair to you, but there's things in the Constitution that that the citizens are supposed to have: purchasing power, sharing of the oil revenues, of a global market economy. How come you're not giving them that? Body's gonna say, well, I haven't planted the flag of Mosul. I don't think we can do a global market economy when we still have Mosul that is in terrorist hands, and I have not planted the flag. And that would be his excuse. But you got to understand this: Mosul is not a big area. Now, it's the second largest city in Iraq, but Iraq's not a big country. Okay, Mosul is not even bigger than Dallas, Texas. So you got to understand, it's like, what is taking so long? You know, and it's because these people, including the IMF, already have a time frame. They already have a time. They already have a time frame. They already know everything that's going to happen. And sometimes, they delay some things, and sometimes they don't. They don't. Okay, so they already have a time frame, and then when they sign those contracts, they all know the time frame. So this is why Mosul is being dragged out. As you see, 5 weeks ago, they came out and said we're in the second phase of Mosul. They didn't even mention phase 1. They just came out and told us phase 2. That was 5 weeks ago. You're telling me it takes 5 weeks to complete a phase when you completed the second phase of Mosul in less than 7 days? You see what I'm saying? So this is all planned. And what they're doing is they're telling us what they want to tell us at some point, and then they delay and delay and delay, and then they say, oh yeah, by the way, we're started the third phase of Mosul and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I'm not even concerned with it. I'm trying to just stay focused on other things and just keep my mind on other things that I'm doing, and because Sauter's playing games, Sauter's telling us that he can all options are on the table. You know what I mean? Like, all options are on the table is what he said. It's like, why are you playing with us? Why are you playing with the world? Why are you playing with the citizens? You know what I mean? So it's like why are you delaying, Sauter? And that's the question that's a question that we need to ask each other, right? We need to ask each other these questions. Why is Sauter playing? Why is Sauter doing the things that he's doing? Why is he delaying everything? Why is everything being delayed? Because of Sauter. Because Sauter says all options are on the table, so now the citizens are confused. Like, okay, well, we're going to do a coup, we're going to do this, you're supposed to be our leader. Then Sauter says, well, I'm distancing myself away from the citizens. And they have the option to do whatever they want. All options are on the table. No, Sauter, these are your people. If you want them to coup, then coup without even asking for it. You know what I mean? If you want to do things, then do it. Don't ask people for it. You know, don't ask. And so yeah, so you know what I mean. So now we just gotta wait and see what Sauter actually is planning on doing. So we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait. We just gotta wait. So I know it's frustrating, but we gotta wait and see what Sauter does and what Sauter is planning on doing with the citizens. And because at the end of the day, we know that all's gonna be well. We know that everything's going to end up well because, you know, Iraq will be back in the global market economy and the citizens will get their purchasing power. So we know that's going to happen. So we know that the citizens are not going to go all out against the government because we know that they're going to get their purchasing power right before they plan on doing that. Right before the citizens plan on doing any of that, we're going to see the purchasing power. It's going to come right down to that. I guarantee it's going to come right down to the moments where the citizens are going to want that purchasing power, and they're going to be pushing and threatening the government so bad that a body's going to finally give them the purchasing power. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to come to the brink, and when it comes to the brink, God's going to lift that rate, and it's going to release those people from that tyranny or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? He's gonna finally release them from that. So it should be all good. So just think about it. Think about like everything that's going on right now. Think about the situation. Think about you know what I mean, Sauter, our body, and everything and everybody that's you know, going through this process. You know, because that's what it is the process of returning back to the global markets. Good morning, sir. And so you gotta go through this. You gotta go through the process, and they have to go through this process. And the reason why they have to go through it is because they're going to be the ones living day to day in the global market economy. Okay, they're going to be the ones living day to day in this global market economy, and not us. So when they lift that value, we're going to be the ones that get to go on vacation and get to go out to the islands and travel around the world and do all types of things. They have to now work. They begin their work. A lot of us are going to begin our work too, but we get to go on vacation first. You know, they don't. They're going to get to work in a global market economy, which is going to be 10 times harder than the economy that they're in right now. Okay, because in the economy they're in right now, they just get to beg for money. That's all they do. They beg for money. The economy that they're about to go into, they have to actually produce. They have to actually produce every day. They got to work. They got to produce. They got to sign contracts. They got to, you know, the citizens are going to have power to talk back and have rights and things of that nature. They got to get laws done, all types of things like that. So we got to understand that even though we get to go on vacation, even though we get to go to the islands, even though we get to buy new houses and cars and treat our families and thank each other and be blessed like that, they got to get to work. So that this is why it's important that they do it, not the IMF, because the IMF is not going to be there day to day with them. You see what I'm saying? So if you understand that and you grasp that, then you grasp the understanding that they have to do it because they're going to be living in this situation. So let's watch Sauter. And let's see what Sauter does, and let's see if Sauter announces something here this week about what the citizens are planning on doing, because I think it's going to come to the brink, and then God's going to release it. You know what I mean? Because if the citizens go in there and try to take over the country, we're not going to see this thing, because all hell's going to break loose. All chaos is going to break loose. Excuse my language for saying that HELL out of content. All right, so forgive me for that. Father, I repent for that. But all craziness is going to take loose. Okay, so we can't see that. So what's going to happen is they're going to come to the brink with Sauter, and then a body's gonna, and then a body and a Shabibi's gonna come out of nowhere and release it. That's what I think. I think it's gonna come to the point where everybody thinks, the world thinks that it's over. Iraq is done, and that's when it's gonna be released. When all craziness starts to go, a body's gonna, I mean, not a body, but Shabibi. A body's gonna tell Shabibi, get in there, and Shabibi's gonna come out of nowhere. Shabibi's gonna come out of nowhere and tell the citizens, you want your purchasing power? Here's your purchasing power. And there it is. So, and that's because, and the reason why is because they're going to be finally ready. That means Mosul's going to be done. All the banking structures are going to be done. Everything's going to be done. And the citizens are going to come to that point where we've had enough. You know what I mean? And that's probably going to be September. It could be. It could definitely be, because remember, that's when that's the month the body promised that he will give his life. So that'll be a year later. So the citizens are going to say, you promised your life. We're going to take it now. And I think it's going to come to that breaking point in September, right before October. And we're going to probably see the citizens come in, and at that brink around September, the citizens are going to say, enough is enough. You promised your life. Give us your life. And a body's going to be like, hey, Shabibi, get in there. get in there and turn that thing on. Allah don't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? So it could be, I think by September, we're going to be at that breaking point, because the Dow's going to be at 19,000, maybe even 20,000. And the citizens are going to be right at the brink. The Dow's going to be on the brink. The global reset's going to be on the brink. Everything's going to be on the brink right there in the end of around mid to late September, and right until the reset on October 1st. And everything's going to be on the brink. And then I think that's when you're going to see everything go. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but you guys let me know what you guys think. Of course you can't comment on this video, but you can inbox me or whatever the case may be, and let me know what you guys think. Okay, so I want to know what you guys think about that. I think by September everything is going to be at the brink, meaning the Dow Jones at 20,000. It could be October, it could be August, it could be September, it could be October. Okay, but everything's going to be at the brink at some point. When the Dow's at 20,000, when the citizens are at the brink of taking over the government, and then when the reset is getting closer and closer and closer. So at the brink, we're gonna see everything go. That's my opinion. At the brink, we're gonna see everything go. One more time, let's repeat it together. At the brink, we're gonna see everything go. At the brink, we're gonna see everything go. We have to get to the brink. And at this point, we're also going to see mass chaos in America, like we're seeing right now, but it's going to get even worse, okay? So like I said, we're going to see mass chaos before anything happens. I told you guys that. Now we're in the darkness time, right? So we're in the darkness right now, but it's got to get a lot worse. So at the brink, everything goes. So tell your folks that, tell your people that, and eyes open, man, because at the brink, that's when everything goes. Everything will be released at the brink. And that's why it's called a global reset. Eyes open. Peace out, everybody. You got some people over there talking, having a good time, just walking dogs and things of that nature. But anyways, I'm about to go play ball. You guys take care. This video should be up on Monday. I'm taking the day off today. And so, yeah. If there's breaking news today, I will bring it. I will bring it and let you guys know. Okay, so that's it for me. Eyes open. At the brink, that's when they will release everything. We're not at the brink yet. The citizens are not at the brink yet. The Dow's not at the brink at 20,000 yet. America's not in total darkness yet. The reset is still October 1st. We're not at the brink yet. So at the brink, that's when everything will be released. So talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Peace out.